This is LGR, London Greek Radio.
Κατέβασε τη δωρεάν εφαρμογή του London Greek Radio από το App Store για iOS και Google Play για Android και συντονίσου. London Greek Radio 103,3. Μας φέρνει πιο κοντά.
Today I'm joined by Jane Richarson, Deputy Head of Regional Fundraising for London, and Marie Curie. Marie Curie has just released new research revealing that while many people in the UK want to volunteer, a lack of time is holding them back. As the charity marks 40 years of its iconic Great Daffodil Appeal, we are talking about how even just a couple of hours can make a real difference to people living with terminal illness and their families. Good morning, good afternoon, Jane. Thank you for joining us today on London Greek Radio. Now, Marie Curie has recently released some fascinating new polling around volunteering. Jane, what does this research tell us about how people in the UK are really feeling about volunteering?
Hello, thank you very much for having me. Yes, the research is great news because basically nearly half of the UK adults say that they're likely to volunteer in the next year. So that's great. And as you said in the introduction, there are a couple of barriers to that, things like time and obviously concerns about how to get involved, and sometimes a lack of awareness in the local area about opportunities that are available. So that's why at Marie Curie, with the launch of of our flagship Great Daffodil Appeal, the fact that you can volunteer just 2 hours to make a great difference kind of helps to get over that time barrier and that kind of like ways to get involved barrier that we saw from the research.
What's really interesting, Jen, is that not everyone feels held back for the same reasons. Did the research highlight what motivates different age groups to take part?
Yeah, absolutely. That was also fascinating. So, for example, Gen Z, they are motivated by the social connection, so they like an opportunity that allows them to volunteer with friends or family. For millennials, it was more about the flexibility around work and family life, being able to sort of do their volunteering at a time that kind of works for them. And then Gen X are more likely to volunteer for a kind of like a short-term or a one-off opportunity. But I think what it also showed was that all generations are kind of most motivated by kind of giving something back to the community, and also by having a sense of purpose and a pride that volunteering sort of gives them.
Absolutely. And we both mentioned that this year marks 40 years of the Great Daffodil Appeal. If for anyone who might not be familiar with it, can you explain what the appeal is and why it plays such a vital role in supporting end-of-life care?
Yeah, absolutely. So the Great Daffodil Appeal is Marie Curie's flagship fundraiser. And as you say, this is our 40th year. So we've been doing this for a very long time. And it is the opportunity. It's encouraging everybody throughout the months of sort of February, March, and parts of April to wear their daffodil pins and to donate to help bring expert end-of-life care to more people. So the appeal raises much-needed funds for Marie Curie, and Marie Curie being the UK's leading end-of-life charity, that money goes towards providing palliative and end-of-life care to people obviously across London and obviously across the UK in general. And, volunteering just 2 hours of your time, that on average a 2-hour shift raises at least £85, and £85 can help fund up to 4 hours of expert nursing care, or 5 calls to Marie Curie's free information and support line, which provides information for people, for questions for people who have like end of life or like bereavement. So it's very important.
So just to get an idea, in what practical ways can people support Marie Curie? I mean, what the can do, within those 2 hours?
So the Daffodil Appeal, we have people that doing bucket collections, so either in supermarkets, on the streets, in train and tube stations. So you can sign up for just 2 hours to in any of those places. We have collections across London, and you'll be provided with everything that you need in order to collect, and then you'll be collecting the donations during that 2 hour period, and obviously providing that vital support that we need. If for any reason sort of collecting for a couple of hours is not your idea of something that you would like to do, then we also have like a Fundraising My Way opportunity where you can do your own fundraising event, go yellow, maybe like get dressed up in your workplace and raise money like that.
That sounds, that sounds fun as well at the same time. And as you mentioned before, it can give you a nice feeling by volunteering and giving, It's good for our heart, and it's proven scientifically as well. So we will come back to what you said at the beginning. And it's amazing that you have mentioned it, Jane. Yeah,
that's right. Volunteering does, it helps you to give back, and people enjoy that feeling of pride. They enjoy the feeling of being connected, and you're part. If you get involved, you're part of a huge movement of people that are coming together for our 40th anniversary to raise these vital funds. And basically, it's very easy to sign up. If you just go to mariecurie.org.uk/daffodil, and then you can have a look and see what opportunities are available. It's very easy to do that, so that kind of like gets across that barrier of not being able to find an opportunity. And obviously the 2 hours, we have shifts at all times of the day, so you can fit it before work, after work, at a weekend. There's a lot of flexibility, so it's quite easy to get involved, and it's fun once you do get involved.
Sure, yes, and I would like to emphasize that last year thousands of volunteers helped raise over 1.2 million, if I'm not mistaken, Jane, often in just 2 hour shifts at the local supermarkets, as you mentioned. What does that tell us about the power of community action, Jane?
Yeah, exactly. You're correct. Across the UK, like nearly 7,000 volunteers raised £1.2 million. So yes, it goes to show that by coming together and uniting behind a cause, it means that people, not only is the charity visible, so people are more aware of Marie Curie and the services that we offer, which is obviously very important, but equally people are giving an opportunity to donate to a cause that might be close to their heart. At the end of the day, end of life care is something that affects everybody eventually at some point in their lives, and so it gives volunteers a sense of pride and achievement that they've been instrumental in bringing care and support to these people that really need our services.
Absolutely. Jane Richardson from Marie Curie, thank you very much for joining us and for sharing how just a couple of hours can make such a powerful difference. If you would like to find out more about volunteering or supporting the Great Daffodil Appeal, you can visit Marie Curie's website and see what opportunities are available in your area, as Jane said. Thank you again, Jane.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Bye-bye.
Have a good day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
This is LGR, London Greek Radio.
Ο αγαπημένος σου ελληνικός σταθμός στα social media. Ακολούθησέ μας στο Instagram και στο TikTok, βρες μας στο Twitter και κάνε like στη σελίδα μας στο Facebook London Greek Radio.